for you.
What are we?
What if I told you there's a place where people have powers like us? The city of Adelan. And I can take you there. We're Inhumans.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this, see what's behind.
Brother, sooner or later the humans are going to find us.
Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying.
Their first course of action will be to try to destroy us.
Run!
I'm only human after all.
We need to go to Earth now. We need to strike first.
It would only lead to war.
Are you speaking for yourself or for our king?
Some people got the real problem. Some people out of love. Only human after all.
Maximus is trying to take over Adelan.
Put the blame on me.
Are you going to kill your only brother?
Don't put the blame on me.
Stop it!
Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. I'm only human after all.
Honor me
I'm
as
only
your new
human
king.
After all, don't put the blame on me.
Never.
Don't put your blame on me.
You're just a human.
Let's start. First of all, can you describe in a few sentences, why people should watch Marvel Inhumans? What is the difference between this and other Marvel series, for example, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I think the difference is that Inhumans has multiple characters that have superpowers, and the superpowers is really a burden for them. So for them, interacting with each other and the problems that they have, they need to kind of solve it. It's more a family drama than a action TV show. But the interaction and the worries they have are so unique and so diverse that I think it makes much more interesting. And then we have really cool stuff, you know, Medusa's hair, Lockjaw, what is kind of, it's going to be a fan favorite, are so unique for this universe that that overall makes it very interesting to watch.
I didn't read the comics, but maybe you can tell us what's the difference between the TV series and the comics, and what can fans of the comics expect?
No, the comics, the TV show is more grounded in reality now. So it's set now, and it's set about okay, what are humans in this world, and what are Inhumans in this world, and how can they coexist? But I think the fans will find a really cool story, really interesting dynamic and depth in these characters. And then they're going to see these characters come to life in a very cool way with a lot of humor. But then you're also going to recognize a lot of things from the comics, you know, Lockjaw or the interaction between the two brothers. And so I think there's a lot of cool stuff that you're going to enjoy if you love the comics.
And you said at the beginning Medusa's hair, for example. Can you tell us about the different characters and their superpowers?
Yes, we have Black Bolt, who his voice is so powerful that if he would breathe or say a word, he can destroy worlds. You have Medusa, whose hair can interact and can do all these crazy things. We have Gorgon, who has hoofs like horses' hoofs, are very powerful. We have Crystal, who can change anything in any kind of liquid forms or snow or ice. We have Karnak, who can see kind of in his own future, but always sees the negative side of what things that will happen. And then we have Lockjaw, who can teleport people, and then we have Maximus, who doesn't have a superpower because he's human.
So why is a human in the middle of the Inhumans? It doesn't make sense for me. They all have superpowers, but he didn't.
That makes this series so interesting. That makes it so unique, and that makes the story so unique. That's why you need to watch it, because of that reason.
Yeah. Is this coincidence that Ramsay Bolton plays in Game of Thrones, and I thought when I watched the trailer it looks a little bit like a strange version of Game of Thrones. Was it just a coincidence, or did you?
Yeah, I think it's a coincidence that we hired him. He's just a really good actor, you know. And in Inhumans, his character is really on the right side of truth, you know. If the humans culturally live in a caste system where you have a good superpower, you're in high in the caste system, and if you are in bad of luck with a bad quality kind of superpower, you're in the lower caste. And he wants to change that, you know. He wants to make equality again, make everybody equal again. So I think he's on the right side. In Game of Thrones, he was just a badass, right?
So you said he's on the right side, but in the trailer I thought he's on the wrong side, because he looks like and he acts like a villain.
No, he is still the villain of the show, but his reason is on the right side. His methods are maybe not, you know. But the trailer is one thing, and because then you see like 90 seconds of footage, right? When you see 10 hours of a story, it's completely something more depthful and more interesting than black and white, you know. Black and white is not interesting. If he would be a villain, it's not interesting, you know.
So what do you think, why are comic adaptations are so popular in this time?
I think maybe it's really a psychological question, you know. I think comics are really interesting because we are living in a world where the world is very ugly, right? The politics is ugly. We are destroying our environments. Racism is coming back. Politicians are really crazy. People are making really dangerous decisions. Economy is kind of in fluctuations and is bad and good and bad and good. So maybe people looking for something that is kind of out of this world, what makes what is not realistic. So maybe it's a psychological reason. I don't know, you know. I just like good stories, you know. I think some of the comic books movies lately are not that great. Because it's all focused on effects and visual effects. And I thought Logan was one of the strongest movies this year. And why was it so strong? Because the story was really good. The story was powerful, the characters were emotionally, and you could really rely to these characters, and the effects were all secondary. So hopefully we're going to an age where we see more or better movies, you know.
So you like superhero movies with more humanity, with this character, like Logan.
Yes.
He's a broken man. He drunks.
Yeah, no, I like that movie particularly because it had such a strong story, and was so emotionally. But also I like Deadpool. You know, it doesn't take serious at all what happens in comic book movies. But also Guardians of the Galaxy, because they were great characters and fun and enjoyable and humor, and so it's different stuff that I like.
So was that the intention why you wanted to make Marvel's Inhumans? That you like?
No, I like good stories, and it has Marvel Inhumans has a really good story, strong characters. It's very grounded. It's very set in reality, especially when the Inhumans start interacting with humans. So that attracted me to it, and that made it for me very interesting. Yeah.
A personal question. What was the first comic that you read?
I think I first read Donald Duck when I was a child, and then Asterix and Obelix. I was a huge fan of Asterix and Obelix. That was my favorite comic book.
Yeah, me too. I read all the Asterix and Obelix comics and Tintin, so
Yes.
good stories.
Yes. And funny, they were very funny. Humor.
Yeah. You also direct 2 episodes of Black Sails. And
episode.
yeah, one episode.
Yes.
Can you imagine being a showrunner for the whole TV series?
No, I could not see myself as a showrunner because I'm not a writer. And showrunners are really writers, No, but I could see myself directing a full season of a series, I think what they did with the first season of True Detective, what I thought was really good, that was really good because there was one director and one writer doing the whole thing. So you see this one vision, this one style. So I could see myself directing a whole season of a series. Yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah. And can you imagine direct another Marvel TV series?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would direct another Marvel TV series. Would love to. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for your time, and yeah, we can't wait to see the first and the second episodes of Marvel the Inhumans in IMAX.
Yes.
Yeah.
August 31.
Yeah, that's a premiere, of course.
Yes. Cool.
And maybe in the future we can see more series in cinemas.
Yes, let's hope so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.